welcome to the latest episode of Lounge Leads. I and my companions here on Star Wars The Old Republic, Ebon Hawk server in the Nexus room cantina. I am here with Mad Matt Windchill.
Hello.
Of Mad Matt Inc. and Malice Reviews. And I'm also here with Edward Drenivian Dunkel.
Hello. No fancy internet things. I'm just here to be the MMO guy.
Yes, he's one of our regular playmates, I guess, or players. Companions, yes. For MMOs.
Dun, 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 dun. Anyway.
All right. So yeah, we've been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic for in mine and Matt's case, we've been playing for off and on for about a year now.
Yeah, for at least a year.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much have you been playing for?
I gotta say, off and on since it came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had a couple of friends get me into it. I stopped for a while. I got back into it when Nash of Radio Dead Air started playing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got out about the time he did. And then I pick it up every now and then. You guys brought up that, hey, you're going to run this for the another episode of Lounge Leads. It's like, I'll pick it up again.
Mm-hmm.
I like the game.
Okay.
It's like playing it with people.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's better with people.
Yeah.
Although I would argue that it's still pretty solid even for a single player, but it's a little more side entertainment with more than one person.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Ed, we introduced you last time at for the Defiance Lounge Leads podcast over at the Crater, but we didn't actually get to ask you about like some of what got you into MMOs in the first place. How long have you been playing them for? What was your first game? So on and so forth. What would you like to tell us about that?
Dear God, I can trace playing MMOs back to back when I played Exodus, and that was a MUD.
Oh, okay.
Playing on a 56K connection, I played Exodus. I played MUDs. In fact, I'd still be playing MUDs if a friend of mine had not introduced me to two games. Nexus, Kingdom of the Winds,
Mm-hmm.
which was a Korean MMO. 2D top-down, press space, swing your sword, or whatever weapon you have, hotkeys for spells, and City of Heroes.
Okay.
You got me into those two games, and it's just I play whatever takes my fancy.
Huh? Who was it? Because I remember I actually got into City of Heroes because I saw you and Bob playing it at the UW Anime Club before Club would start.
Yep. It was a friend of mine by the name of Daniel Lawler. I don't know if you've met him. I don't know if Matt's met him.
I think I've heard of him, but I can't say for sure that I met him in person.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. So we've been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic. How far have we all gotten here?
I think the highest you and me, Aaron, have ever gotten is around, 16, 18? In level?
I think
is where our Siths are at.
This is my highest level character. My highest, she's
20.
level 20. Yeah, she's level 20 character. So.
This is my highest level solo, and I actually deleted my first solo and remade her into this.
Okay.
Originally, she was a smuggler.
Oh, okay. What?
Okay.
Okay. What about you?
It was okay, but it wasn't thrilling.
Yeah, okay. Smugglers play like agents, but I got a mercenary up to about level 34, and I've gotten a Jedi. I do not remember what level it is, but I completed chapter 1 on a Jedi consular.
Oh, okay.
So I've not actually gotten to end game in this game because the consular is the one I got the farthest on, and I really had to work at getting through the final planet solo with her.
Okay.
It was like pulling teeth.
Really? Is it just like a really hard class to play, or like a specialty
No,
class?
I was not geared properly.
Okay.
I know that
Oh.
now. That character is not geared properly at all.
Okay.
So in other words, fell over like a house of cards.
I fell over like a house of cards when my pet NPC tank fell over.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're all sitting here in a team, no one can really tell if they haven't played this game before. Everybody gets their own NPC that follows them around.
Well, there's only 3 of us here, so if someone wants to summon their NPC.
Mine's kind of off running crew missions right now.
Yep,
Hi,
it's
Kim.
Matt's got his chem out.
Yeah. Kem's a tank.
He's a
He
delicious
is-
tank.
Yeah, he's a great tank. He's basically the same thing that a Jedi Consular gets, except that the Consular gets a Trandoshan instead.
Okay.
You know, big lizard guy.
Yeah.
And he's pretty vicious.
Nice. More underworld training for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do some medals. See you later, Cam.
I'm having... I have,
Always
like...
do something that gives you lock boxes, Matt.
I don't have anything that gives me lock boxes.
Oh.
At least not yet. You have to get that at the higher levels.
Okay, because you always want to do those lock boxes, because the gear they drop, you could possibly sell on the market. Like, while we were setting up, my fellow Twi'lek, because Sith warriors get a Twi'lek as their first companion,
Mm-hmm.
came back with a purple grade prototype shield generator
Oh, wow.
with all the mods. Purple.
Oh, wow.
This thing is amazing.
Damn,
If I
that's
can
a
equip it.
catch. That's just it, isn't it?
But I'm a
Mhm.
marauder. I can't equip it. This is something I would save for a mercenary, because it gives aim and endurance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tank shield. just
Or a
for a merc.
bounty hunter. Yeah, but yeah, same difference.
Bounty hunter. Well, actually, not same difference.
The main difference is side.
Yeah. Well, and playstyle.
Yeah. You know, it's...
Same concept, different mechanics.
Hmm.
Only slightly. Different abilities in particular.
Bounty hunters play like soldiers, and smugglers play like agents.
Okay. I was going to say, because being on my Sith Sorcerer here,
Yeah,
the
you
counterpart is the Jedi Counselor, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And because I've played a Jedi Knight before, and it seems like it has a lot of the similar powers of what a Sith Warrior has. It's all like counterbalanced. Like, there's the good version of stuff, and there's the evil version of stuff. You know, the Jedi
Each
version.
class has its flavor,
Mm-hmm.
but inherently, the sides mirror each other.
Mm-hmm.
So
just
in
everything
general, there's technically 4 classes.
There's 4 classes, 4 class types. It's like having an archetype.
Yeah.
But the Sith Warrior is fundamentally going to be different than the Jedi Warrior later in game when those differences show up. Because what makes them different isn't the base class, it's the advanced classes you get starting at level 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and that's what makes everything their bread and butter. Sure, they're alike, but a Jedi tank is going to play differently, slightly differently than a Sith tank.
Okay.
Just because the Jedi tank might be more, I'm going to allow my shield item to trigger more often and get more absorb out of it. Well, the Sith tank might go, I'm gonna let it tick more often, but I'm gonna get fury every time you hit me. So they have their own little ways of doing it. Now, I've never played a Jedi warrior tank, so I can't really say. Because I picked a class I hadn't played when I made this character.
I kind of like my character class. I really do like the sorcerer here. I like shocking people. It's got great range that can be increased, a lot of debuffs, and I can heal and shield my allies. The only problem is that sucks my, my energy? My force. It sucks my force down to next to nothing, trying to protect Matt all the time, especially.
Well,
me. Have you looked at Barry lately?
Well, you have to remember there is a power you can take in your talent trees. Since, everyone's got talent trees and there's 3 categories. One of your powers will give you another 100 points of force. Or at least it should if it mirrors the consular.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a sorcerer, so I can't really look into that.
Actually,
I have something...
for an assassin, so I think it's in the 3rd tree that both classes share.
I actually just increased my force there. Increases my force by 100, yeah, so...
Yeah, it's very useful. Not having to worry about running out of force that much faster. Always good. And if you're really worrying about healing them, you've got to tweak your force power more.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. At least it's not easy to get one.
Okay, it might be in the 2nd tree then, so you wouldn't have access to it.
Well, I've got access to all 3 trees from the get-go, though, is the thing.
Well, the first 2 trees in the talents, Aaron, I hope you have the window up.
I do now.
Okay. Remember, the first 2 trees, when you're looking at the monitor, the left-hand one and the center one are unique to the advanced class that you pick.
Chemval.
Yeah. With the 3rd talent tree, the one on the right, being shared by both advanced classes.
Okay.
So you're just going to get it that way. So you both have the same 3rd tree.
What's the name of your 3rd tree, Aaron, just to make sure?
Madness. It's damage
Okay, it
focus.
is madness. Okay.
Yep, and then I have lightning damage and corruption healing.
Darkness defense and deception damage.
Yep. Aaron's got a DPS tree and a heal and a support tree. Matt's got a tank tree and a damage tree. Whereas if I open up my skill tree, I have Annihilation, which is a damage tree. It's all about just beating you down with 1 saber. I have Carnage, which is all about beating you down with 2 sabers. Then I have Rage. I share Rage. Right, it's the generic tree, so I share that with the Sith Warrior tank. It's still useful, though. There's lovely things sitting over there, like Malice. Increased force critical chance by 2%. That's worth it for everybody.
Oh, speaking of tree, there. My last point that I need in darkness from the preset tree that I saw.
I actually have a similar one to that. It's called Seeping Darkness. Increases force critical chance by 1%.
Yeah.
It's
because
similar.
I'm more of a damage character, it's going to be a higher value for me. But remember, force critical chance for you also applies to healing. Making it immensely good. Thank you, Vet. That's more money.
Yeah, and I usually spend a lot of time either healing or shielding my allies. I actually don't... I'm finding that I don't really fight all that much myself unless Matt goes down, and I have to try to get over to heal him.
You'll fight more... Actually, it really all depends upon what your team your team makeup is. Because
Mm-hmm.
you chose the path of the support character, that's kind of what you're going to be doing in teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if your teams are not equipped very well. If your
Or-
teams aren't equipped very well, you're going to be spending all your time and force power healing and just generally trying to save everybody. Solo, you're going to throw your shield on your ally, and then you're going to force lightning a guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because your tank buddy is actually going to be able to take a hit if you've got him geared properly.
I've been making my own stuff a lot, and I've been finding that really helps increase gear on like the companions.
Okay.
If I can't get into a raid or a typical dungeon regularly, then I'll just craft something. I'll try to craft a blue, or I'll craft enough greens to try to make a blue.
Yeah, I mean, just so people out there know, dungeons in this game are called flashpoints.
Uh-huh.
Which, they have a really nice team builder. Which, may or may not fire off on certain things. I had to wait about an hour for it to launch on the first flashpoint, the Black Talon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Black Talon is good. I mean, you can get some really good gear in there for a level 10 character.
Yeah.
It's like the robe my character is wearing. I got that off the Black Talon. I will probably wear that until I find another robe that looks cool. Because I don't know what it is, but butt cape. It has a butt cape.
Yeah, Matt and I have actually done the Black Talon with Barry. And it was actually quite difficult. I mean, I think Barry was on his level 17.
Something like that, yeah. He was really high-leveled to help out.
And we still, we're getting
Yeah, we
close.
were still getting our asses handed to us by that Jedi at one point.
Mm-hmm.
The Jedi at the end of the Black Talon, when she pulled you all in, were you immediately walking away from her? Backing away while swinging your weapons, getting out of her range?
I do not recall.
I don't remember.
It's been
either.
a while.
Okay.
It's been like at least
I do remember a lot of us were trying to back away.
Yeah, you want to back away, and you want to try and back away in different directions. Because if she hits one person with her jump, she's not going to be able to jump and hit another person.
Mm-hmm.
Because her whole power base there is based on her ricochet jumping.
Okay. Yeah, that was the only flashpoint we were able to do. I have signed up for another one, or I've grabbed the mission for another one. So.
Yeah, I've done. I think I've done two. I've done 3 others.
Okay.
I've done the Foundry, which is, I think it's the next one. And you should be able to queue for the Foundry right now, Aaron. Matt and I can't queue for that one yet. Let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually. I'm not team lead. I can't actually open up the queue finder and look.
Is it the lockouts?
No, there shouldn't be a lockout. It's more of a. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. Lockouts. No, if you look at the lockouts list, that's for some really. Those are for all end game raids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all end game. Flashpoints don't lock out.
Okay.
Until end game.
Yeah, I've got one for Hammer Station.
Okay. Hammer Station, kind of fun.
Okay.
I've done it. You're attacking the place. And if you get a good team going, it's just walking through and going la-di-da-di-da.
Yeah, I've also got...
Actually, one thing that's nice is they start incorporating what crew skills you have into being able to do things inside the mission. It was either Hammer Station or no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Hammer Station. I was able to use slicing, so we could negate a room full of lieutenant and elite, lieutenant and boss grade minion guys by activating a lift. It was really nice.
Okay.
I mean, slicing is also just generally a good class skill to start with if it's your first character. Because slicing, like treasure hunting, will allow you to get lockboxes, which turn into money, and goods you can turn into money.
Okay.
And trust me, if it's your first time playing this game, you need something that's going to find you money.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
I was running into that the hard way on my agent, my sniper. She was running out of money like crazy.
Especially agents. Because honestly, you do not do damage fast until you hit about level 20 to 25. And that's not from personal experience, that's from me asking people.
Okay.
Now, with a bounty hunter, yeah. You hit about level 6 and you go, hi.
Hi, I'm your friend. Would you like a flamethrower? Here's a flamethrower to your face.
Well, there's flamethrower. They have an area, like a target area bombard you can get eventually.
Oh, I've been using that like nobody's business lately.
Now I haven't gone down the support version, but I have gone down the tanked version, and you get a little serrated knife that does bleed damage, a quick fire blast on people just to do some extra damage, and more tank. You know, it's a great set. And then, you know, you get a tree that's all based on fire damage, increasing all of your firepower, shortening their cooldowns. And you just kind of go, I like that.
I was on my sniper, and in sniper you actually have to be kind of careful about what attacks you use and when you use them.
And then right next
try to
to
find
Aaron,
cover.
This redhead just jumps into the air and starts bombarding guys, and they're all falling over dead.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, well, at least they're dead.
Two different play styles. Because the bounty hunter is all about running in there, getting in their face, and blowing the ever-loving life out of them. Whereas the sniper, depending upon which tree you go down, is all about setting yourself up, getting that first initial shot off, like take away half their life. You know, just taking out guys one at a time.
You have to
the cover system. Let's not forget that.
I love the cover system. I actually made an agent specifically to use the cover system.
It's a good system.
I
don't like it because I enjoy wading into my enemies and obliterating them. But that's why I don't play an agent. That's why I have a high-level bounty hunter. That's why I'm a Sith warrior. I mean, at least with this game, you can get good... You can find a character class that allows you to play your play style.
Very much so. Oh, come on, Kim Val. I'm spending money on your ass to do nothing?
Well, are you trying to do... Are you trying to do something that isn't one of his specialties?
I don't think anything I have picked is anything near his specialties, probably.
Okay. Then you might want to stick with some of your lower level, like the next level down, until, you know, you generate a little more skill.
What is his specialties? How do I find that again?
When you go to send him on a mission, it's going to have the picture of him at the bottom of that window, and it's going to say what his specialties are.
Okay. Artifact, efficiency, artifice.
Artifice is I should know. I
Yeah.
had it. It's Artifice is general like force crafting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you make lightsaber hilts.
Okay,
Make
so
cur-
my synth weaving he'll be good for. That's good to
Yeah,
know.
maybe not synth weaving.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Artifice is actually the weapons. Never
Artifice
mind.
is the weapons skill. Yeah, synth weaving
Mhm.
is the defense.
Yeah, he's completely useless on anything I got.
Well, you're gonna get someone who isn't. You just have to play longer. By the time you end chapter 1, you should have 3 to 4 companions to choose from. Because when you get your ship, you get your protocol droid.
Yep, ZVR8 or 2V
Then you should get
R8.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And then you should get another companion. Oh, halfway through chapter 1, like second planet, because there's 3 planets in chapter 1.
I'm on Tythus right now, and I haven't... Like, I've got Kimvel, and I have 2VR8, but I don't have anyone else just yet.
Well, we haven't actually gone to the next planet just yet either.
We're on
Yeah.
Tythus. We've gone from... I've gone from Korriban to Dromund Kaas. I've finished Dromund Kaas, and now I'm on Tythus.
But Tythus is the start of chapter 1.
Oh, okay.
Korriban and Dromund Kaas is the prologue for your character.
Oh, okay.
So in the prologue, you receive Kemval and your protocol droid.
Oh, okay.
Next, you're going to get one more character. So you're going to have 3. And then at the beginning of chapter 4, at the beginning of chapter 2, I'm not 100% certain, but with my Jedi Consular, I got a Padawan. I was declared a Jedi Master.
Sweet.
Interesting. I have recently seen a couple of either assassins or sorcerers that had some Padawans in training or whatever. Sith trainees following them around. So it's like, maybe.
Yeah, you get at least one. And the funny part is, you know how the game tracks your achievements?
Mm-hmm. Now.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
For your Padawans, there's 2 achievements. One for making them respect you with the light side, and one for the dark side. Yeah, it can be fun. Like,
see, my problem with trying to go Jedi is I'll probably be the most evil bastard Jedi ever in the universe.
Be the most evil bastard Jedi ever.
You can do that. See,
That's
kind of
the
want
whole
to
point of this game.
Yeah. You can also be like Barry and play light side Sith characters or Imperial characters, I should say.
My bounty hunter is a light sider. Because, I took the traditional Twilight slave girl who killed her master, stole his armor and guns, and went, I'm going to do what he did, but do it better.
Mm-hmm.
I took a character concept and rolled with it. It had a blast.
Yeah, I believe my bounty hunter is currently leaning quite heavily towards light side at the moment.
I mean, you have to remember, you do have to pick a side to use the relic equipment slots. There is no neutral relic slot, to my knowledge.
Well, finally, Kimvel accomplished something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just realized that there's achievements for the agent, and then you look for companions, and then under agent, it's got like Kaleo listed there and everything.
Yeah, Matt.
I was really
not have a legacy?
No, I got a
he's
legacy.
Free. Oh.
Okay, just don't show it. Okay, actually, that's something we should bring up.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about character classes. Let's bring up the whole legacy system.
Okay.
And I love this system. I mean, it's a way that they can nickel and dime you, but I love this system.
There we go.
Because what you can do is you start getting... First of all, there's global unlocks for completing all of the quests and conversations for each of the 5 unique companions for each class. And what that does is it gives all of your characters 10 bonus presents for each person you do.
Oh yeah, presents.
I'm looking at some of these. You can also get max health increases, accuracy.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on what your class is, your base class, I should say.
You look at it, I don't know what the heroic moment is. I think it's a skill.
It is a skill for bounty hunters, yes.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah, I think it's a skill for everyone, but you don't get it until like level 20 or something. Because if you look at,
Actually, my bounty hunter just got it not too long ago, and she's only like 16.
Okay, it might be 15 then. You're like same time a subscriber gets their
something like 14 or 15.
speeder. But as you complete chapters, you actually would say we take Aaron's agent, complete chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Log back to the character you're currently using now. So include when you use your Mark of Power ability, you would also get the agent's coordination buff.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. So as you get through chapter 2 with all the classes, you get stronger in the fact that you start being able to cast everybody's buff when you buff.
Oh, wow.
So if you took the time and got through chapter 2 with all 4 classes, hi, I'm going to play this character. I have all 4 buffs now. That's amazing. Because that's crit chance, hit points, damage, and damage.
Double damage.
Oh, these are the ones that Barry was talking about. He actually paid money and he unlocked the hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, yes, that's right.
He actually likes it quite a bit, and it seems to do a bit of damage.
Do you mean the Valor tree?
Yeah, he unlocked the Valor tree.
Okay. I mean, because that's one of the other 3 things you can do. Because you can pay in-game money, real money, to unlock races, which you would normally only do if you level a character to 50. You have to level a race to 50. Oh, they changed it. They changed it on me.
Requires level 50, requires special species, something.
Yep. Unlock requirements. Level 50 requires species like Mirrorland, because that's what I'm hovering over. Meaning your character has to be a Mirrorland when you hit 50. Or cartel coins. In-game currency shop. 600 coins gets you a race. Or, depending upon the race, you can purchase it for a couple of
1,500,000.
Yeah, 1,500,000, or for humans, 500,000. But humans, obviously, that gives you the best bonus. You should unlock that one first. Gives you 100 presents on all your characters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's an amazing
You could
bonus.
use that, Aaron. You could really use that.
Especially for Kaleo. Kaleo doesn't seem to like me all that much.
Well, yeah, I mean, presence is the stat that increases all of your NPC support.
Yeah, and
So
I
if
didn't
you have
realize
that-
it was that important. I thought it was just kind of cosmetic,
Yeah.
like, oh, well, she'll perform better in conversations with me, or she'll, have a better attitude with me when I talk to her. No, it does. Having a good relationship with your companions does affect their combat. She would not move worth shit. She would wait until I was shot to hell before she even jumped into combat.
Wow.
And then she usually died.
Yeah, Cleo is not the greatest of support because the agent doesn't start really good. The agent takes time to get going. But the presence stat modifies her hit points, it modifies her damage, and it modifies how much healing she does for you.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it makes them better.
It also modifies how fast they're going to actually come over and save your ass.
No, that's partially based on your actual reputation with them, since you get that through conversation or giving them gifts.
Yeah. Let's
Or
just say
you
I bought her
have-
600. I bought her 600. No, about 2,000 credits worth of presents to try to
Yeah,
get her
that
up
would
to
do
snuff. Yeah. She works better now.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
test
like
it.
her. Like, she's an interesting character,
Mhm.
but once again, it falls into something that isn't my bread and butter class.
Yeah.
Because I prefer to play something that I like to play, and the agent
Survive?
doesn't really fill that.
Yeah.
Oh no, the agent, the support agent is a really good support character.
Okay.
I've seen amazing support agents.
Ken Val here is actually taking a liking to this character so far, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's pretty. Are you going kind of dark side?
She's a little leaning towards dark side right now, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Kem really likes it when you're playing the dark side. The first Sith warrior companion Vet likes it when you actually treat people nicely. Don't bow to somebody's will, but don't just kind of push everyone under your heel. Because
Matt's constantly shocking her.
well, yeah, that's going to
She annoys me to no end, so yeah, I was constantly shocking her. Of course, she's an annoying little putz.
I like the character. She has her uses.
Yes,
As in
shocking monkey.
She has +5 on treasure hunting criticals. She is an amazing treasure hunter. What do you think I have her doing right now? She's farming me money. Well, oh, okay. I have to go talk to a vendor because I'm starting to get a pile of equipment that I can't actually use. But when I go sell it,
next to me over here.
yeah, when I go sell it, I'm gonna make back everything I spent. And I'm probably gonna make back more when I go sell that purple shield that she got me. Because that's a level 17 shield. I would use it.
Mhm.
I can't, but I would.
I also know, you know what? Companions actually really complement your classes. Like they mirror your class. Like if you're like I noticed Kem Val, he's actually kind of a Sith warrior class.
Yeah.
I noticed that Kaleo is actually more of a bounty hunter class. She's kind of the opposite of what my class is.
Your first NPC support is supposed to complement your character class in general.
Okay.
Which is why, I'm a Sith warrior. Vet is a bounty hunter. She's range DPS. I'm melee DPS.
Okay.
Kem Val is a tank. You're range DPS. He's melee DPS. Everyone kind of supports you in one playstyle or another. If you don't have an NPC that you want, I hate to say it, you're stuck with him until you open up more choices later on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
My bounty hunter, I started with another range DPS, so which was fine. I went the melee route. Well, melee in quotes. I still had a lot of range attacks, but the second character I get is an agent.
You make me laugh, little Sith.
Kem's awesome.
Yeah. He's that's why this is my favorite character, just almost because she uses Kem Val so much.
I mean, I wholeheartedly enjoy the bounty hunter because I enjoy hearing everything the first NPC is going to say.
Isn't she Mako?
Yeah, Mako.
Yeah, Mako.
Mako. And can't you actually romance Mako?
If you are the appropriate gender, yes. So, I mean, there's different numbers in this game. And a lot of it comes down to how is your main stat, how is your secondary stat, and how is your presence sitting for your character. Like
Mhm.
the gear, you still have to balance it because now you're balancing 2 characters.
Yeah.
And possibly trying, if you're using adaptive armor, armor you can modify, then you're
Control
really
right
sitting
click.
here going, God, I got to make this and this and this, and I need this and I need this.
Yeah.
You're getting the same problem, just in a different fashion. You're not just looking at a screen of numbers and going, okay, what do I have to equip to get this number, and this number?
Mhm.
Okay, what direction am I gonna get Kim Val for this?
Actually, they actually tell you what the gifts do now.
Yeah,
Which is
Kim
kinda
Val's
nice.
reaction, moderate affection. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's gonna like this one. Here you go,
Mhm.
Cap. Affection 96.
Remember, affection is like max of, what, 10,000?
Yeah.
I would like to point out, my vet is only at 976.
Cleo, I think after gifting her all that stuff, I got her up to like 670 something.
Kim is currently at 142.
And
And I'm sending him off to do grab companion gifts because that's A, cheaper, and B, seems to be the only missions he can do in underworld trading without screwing it up.
yeah, remember, the more affection your character has for you, the better their chance of success.
So yeah, in other words, it's a good idea to have him keep going through this right now anyways. So yeah.
Oh, yes.
There you go, buddy.
Okay.
Go for another round.
I'm going to summon my Kemval. Right.
Yeah, because Matt's has gone away.
I'm going to summon him right on top of Ed.
Yeah.
See?
The one thing you have to remember, maximum team size in this game is 4 people.
Mhm.
Which means if you're in a group like us, you kind of have to decide whose pet gets summoned.
My Kemval has 1,723 infection. Oh,
Well,
I love
he
you
really
too.
likes you.
He likes you. He likes you a lot.
Don't eat me.
I like you. You give me foods and we make squishums.
Don't eat me, Kim. Don't eat me. I do like the fact that he can suck out people's life force. You don't have to keep healing him. He heals himself by eating other people.
Mm-hmm.
Now remember,
I've been noticing that too. It's just like, oh, you're eating people already. Okay, gotcha.
Make sure you turn on all the powers that will help him, because some powers don't actually get turned on. Like the Trandoshan for the Jedi Counselor has a point-blank thermal detonator that will damage you if he uses it by you. Don't be near him when he's using it. But it's one of his best area damages. So you sit there and you go, why isn't he using this? And then you realize, because it can hurt you. You adjust your playstyle accordingly. And if you're playing a melee, if you're playing the assassin style of a consular, you just don't turn it on. But if you're like Aaron and you're playing the support version, oh yeah, you turn that on.
I actually have him lowering threat generation. I should probably have him up.
Yeah, you really don't want him lowering threat gen. You want him soaking up that threat as much as possible.
Yeah, you don't want him doing that. You want him to be the main target, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
He is your tank. Let them hit him first.
Increasing shield chance, too, by 20%.
Oh, he can equip a shield?
Yeah, I believe so.
Most people can.
Check his,
Yeah,
check
he
his
has a shield generator on. Critical pheromone shield generator. Shield rating 46. Required level 14.
Alright. What's his main stat? Generally, it's a stat that all his equipment is buffing.
Strength and something else.
Strength and endurance.
Okay.
So yeah, his highest is endurance, but his second highest is strength.
Well, that's what you want on a tank. Mm-hmm. Good endurance, and then good other stuff.
Mm-hmm. He needs to be able to outlast the enemies.
Contains the basic gear needed for your advanced class. Oh.
I would give you some... Huh. What's he got on his feet?
On his feet,
Yeah.
he has Kim Vell's layered boots. I don't think I've changed them out yet. Looks like it's the original boots he had. I think. Unless, no, yeah, I don't think Matt made anything for him, because Matt was making armor for our characters.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, here we go. Sweet.
Give him those.
Yay!
Thank Vet. She just got that for him.
Look at what
Thank
I
you,
got.
Vet.
Looky what I got.
Oh, double blade. 2 blades
Aw,
is better
man.
than 1.
I only
You're a
get a
one-blade
single blade.
pony, Aaron.
I'm a one-blade pony. I'm sorry.
Well, you're a consular. You're a sorcerer. You're the master of force lightning.
Yes,
Who
I
cares how
am.
many blades you have? I mean, honestly, who cares? You have lightning coming out of your fingertips.
Yes, I have lightning, I have plasma, I have crushing darkness, which instantly deals 450 to 513 kinetic damage. And an
You have
additional
Choke-a-Bitch.
300. Yeah, and I do an additional 346 kinetic damage over 6 seconds.
By the way, I have
I've also
lightning
got
too.
Affliction, which casts powerful Force Affliction upon the target that deals 426 internal damage over 18 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, you have all this really powerful stuff. Chem's just got to live long enough to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why he goes in first.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why you just put him into tank mode. Because it means his shield chance goes up, and you want shield chance. Like, you want your shield going off at least 50% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Chem, you're doing really good on Underworld Train. Send you another one. Let's see here. Companion gift. And away you go.
Like, I'm sitting here, I just keep getting schematics for things I can't do yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm not training my artifice skill. I'm sitting here just...
Yeah, like what level is your is that particular skill right now anyway?
Artifice for me? 1.
No, the skill you keep training on.
Oh, Treasure Hunter?
Yeah.
83.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
see, I'm not even. Let me even double check. I
I'm
just
only
hit
at
20.
61 for that.
I only just hit 20 on my Underworld. So
Well-
yeah, I'm a little ways away from that.
I've gotten to the point where if I'm sitting around like this, like, we're talking about the game, I constantly send my character out, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really rare where she fails.
I
I mean, really
Yeah,
rare when she
It's
fails.
really rare for Chem to fail on me too. Of course, I have all the stuff that he does. He does like archaeology. I have him perfectly matched up.
Yeah,
but
you
that
have him perfectly
stinks.
matched up, and you have really great affection with him.
Mm-hmm.
That you have the things Matt doesn't.
But the things I don't, but I'm working on because I'm still lower level than her right now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new solo tune. She's still working on that.
Yeah, you're only level 13.
Ooh. I didn't realize I could equip these gloves. I want these gloves, yes. Equip them. Oh yeah, they look much better.
Okay, so we've gone and talked about a lot of the stuff that we like about this game. Is there anything else you want to mention before we get into some of the more negative stuff?
Things that we like.
Point blank, the story.
Oh yeah, the story missions. I love being in a group with story missions. And with
the social
conversations.
points.
Yeah, the social
Yes.
points.
Social points? You wouldn't think they have a purpose, but they have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Because, generally your equipment is going to look basically the same unless you're getting stuff out of boxes or buying stuff off the cash shop.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're totally different classes.
Yeah, but all the classes generally have the same equipment style. Like my robe, that's standard Sith warrior. Eventually it's going to get shoulder pads.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's it. It's going to look more armory, and it's going to have shoulder pads. Whereas, God, do I have anything? Yeah, I don't want to equip that, though. Whereas, here, I'm going to walk over to the social vendor and buy some social armor.
Ooh, just got a new shiny. What did we get here?
And I'm going to get an achievement for it.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize I could get all of these.
Yep, you can get all of it, and it's all adaptive armor.
Oh, wow.
But
I could get an
targeting
elegant
device.
dress.
What?
An elegant
Places,
hat. Elegant gloves.
And if you look, here's what it looks like on a Twi'lek. With social,
Oh,
this
wow.
isn't what I want, because
It looks like a wedding dress.
It really does. But as everyone could kind of joke, what I want for the character, and I'm a bounty hunter, is social 2. And what that is the slave girl armor. Because generally, most Twi'leks are slaves.
Most of the
Cheesecake
staff
armor?
is slaves, yes.
Yeah, 80 or 90% of the Twi'lek race is enslaved. There are very few free Twi'leks. Even their planet is enslaved.
So where do we find this other social?
Okay, you find more social gear as you progress in the story. There's more social gear on...
So there's going to be more social vendors with better gear, better looking
Yes.
social gear. Okay.
Yeah, and higher level, but you have to team. You have to be in a team and going through conversations to earn social points.
So in other words, the reason I can't buy this stuff is because I don't have the social points then.
Exactly. I mean, to get social 1, it's 10 points.
So it automatically unlocks your points, but then you have to spend the money to buy it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, then you have to spend 300 credits a piece to get all of it.
Which, considering how expensive other things can get, it's not that expensive, to be honest.
Especially if you can make your own mods. Because if you can make your own mods, you just go, I'm going to buy all this, and then I'm going to mod it the way I want it. Because I had always planned on buying all of this. Like buying the entirety of the elegant set and giving it to my partner. I'm going to put Vet in this because I got my stuff that's adaptive until I can find better stuff. Now, I just want to point out, I want the quote-unquote slave girl armor for sitting in pubs. Because the Twi'lek have the parlor dance. Which is the unique thing. And it performs the unique dance. And it works. I want it on my bounty hunter because I'm going to jack the ever-loving bejesus out of it. And it's going to be the scantily clad bounty hunter running at the giant mob of guys and not taking damage.
It's going to be cheesecake armor.
It's going to be very good cheesecake armor. But that's part of the joke to me.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to point out that, Aaron, did you click on the social item vendor?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Okay, is the window still open?
Yep.
Now, as you can see in that window, you're going to get head armor, body armor, hands, legs, and feet. There are adaptive belts, and there are adaptive wrist armors. They're just a little harder to find. So you can have a complete set of adaptive armor. And in all honesty, a complete set of adaptive armor is amazing if you can outfit it. Otherwise, you just focus on 1 or 2 pieces and equip better stuff as you can. Because if you try and go through and just use adaptive armor all over the place on your first character, you are gonna be screwed.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this now. I mean, like, even if I do throw enhancements into this, it still probably isn't going to be any better than the stuff that I'm wearing, because I'm wearing light armor that's rating 46, and the adaptive armor is still rating only 8.
Well, the thing is, that's because there's no mods in it.
Yeah.
Remember, when you put a mod in it, that's what's going to give you the armor rating.
Yeah.
It's just another way of customizing your character the way you like it.
Okay.
Well, now that we've talked about the good stuff, let's talk about the crap.
Yep. Time to crush on these poor guys' hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Well,
remember, everything we say about we don't like about the game, other people might. Other people's opinions are valid.
Actually, I'm pretty
said-
sure one thing every free player can agree on, they are ridiculous with the unlocks.
Oh
and
God,
Matt,
yes.
yeah,
Nickel
Matt
and
knows
dime.
because we should probably say right now that I've been subscribing to the game. My annual renewal or my 6-month renewal has just dropped, so I've been kind of paying for it by the month now, especially to get the lounge leech footage. What about you, Ed? You said you were subscribing too?
I subscribe whenever I play to get
Okay.
around some of the locks that Matt knows is dealing with right now.
And so therefore, just to kind of qualify or quantify what we're talking about, Matt here is the person in our group who is not paying, because I'm pretty sure Barry also pays a sub fee.
Yes, as far as I'm aware,
Mhm.
Barry does.
Mhm.
So starting off, when you start off as a free player, the sidebars that you probably are seeing on Aaron's window, those aren't there. The second row underneath the first row at the bottom of the screen, that's not there. You can't use any of those.
Okay.
Your character, your NPCs, they have 3 different skills that they can learn, crew skills. You
Mhm.
can only teach them 2. And by
Yeah.
the way, thank you very much for that third unlock for my server wide.
Yeah, because I right now I have 1,256 points.
Wow.
Yeah, she's been storing them up, and
I never
bought
use
me
them.
she bought me the unlock for the third skill for account wide on the server.
Yeah, it's just I never use them. So if Matt needs something unlocked, I just buy it for him out of the cartel market here. It literally is no skin off my nose, because what I'll do is I'll sub for like 6 months. I'll play for maybe a month, and then I'll kind of forget about the game, or something else comes up that I need to work on, and I'm not able to play it all that much. And so I'll forget about it for like 5 months, and then I'll come back and I'll have like
I wouldn't say
3,000,
5
5,000
months.
points.
Yeah, most you might skip on it for like about a month or 2, and then we'll
Oh yeah,
drag you back in.
yeah,
And instantly, your knee-jerk reaction is always, "Why don't we play this more often?"
yeah,
Because you
exactly.
keep playing people drag you off to other games too often.
Well, we're going to be narrowing that down here.
Yeah, in case you don't know about Ed, me and Aaron have been finally getting to the point where we're just like, we're fed up with chasing after everyone after every single flavor of the month.
Yeah.
So we are actually slimming things down. SOTOR is one of the games we have decided that we're going to keep.
Okay.
We're going to try to keep on with.
And so is Lord of the Rings Online.
And Lord of the Rings Online, I believe is
It's
another one.
it's good to pick a game
Mhm.
because Lotro, great game.
Mhm.
Worse paywalls than this game.
Yeah, I've got the Cartel Market up right now if we want to look at some of the unlocks, but
You have to buy races in some cases. They've changed that again recently, but until recently you had to pay money to unlock races if you weren't already subbed.
Actually, that's not true. Oh no, if you weren't subbed, you couldn't pick specific races
I
because
think
each side has like a couple specific races, and then each class only had specific races that could be it. Like you couldn't be a Chiss Jedi. I mean, a Chiss Sith. You can only be a Chiss Bounty Hunter or a Chiss Agent.
You just got some interesting stuff. What is this? Oh, I got a schematic.
Huzzah! But a lot of it comes down to, each class was given specific races. The racial unlocks you see in the market are so that you can play it as any class as that race. It's the same as getting a character to level 500. If not 500, 50. Yes, AO, this game is not. EverQuest, this game is not.
Yeah.
I myself, in general, don't like PvP. I'm not a PvP player.
I'm not generally a PvP player to begin with either, but I've also heard that if you're on the Sith side, it's kind of boring. And they've tried to find new ways to gank you because everyone wants to play Sith on PvP.
Exactly.
So the few Jedi that want to play PvP kind of slowly wander out cautiously and then get bombarded like 20 people.
Everything just seems kind of skewed towards the Imperial classes here. Like, I've tried playing the Republic classes, and they seem the storylines from seem kind of boring.
The thing is, what you're doing on the Republic side is, you're trying to maintain the peace. And maintaining the peace is not fun. It's boring. You got to deal with politics and all that. And look what you're doing on the Sith side. I'm a dude. Oh, you're trying to kill me because I don't advance in the school. Screw that. Kill. There's stuff that happens on this side that you're not going to see on the other side.
There's a lot of intrigue, a lot of, backstabbing.
Yeah. Now, I will admit, Republic commandos, Republic soldiers, they have a good storyline.
So there's probably
backstabbing. There's intrigue. Sure, the Republic side, but they're the only one I've played with a good, it's going to grab you storyline. And hey, it's a fun class.
Okay.
Consulars, you're really just, hi, I'm a diplomat, and I'm here to solve your problems by doing little stupid things for you while we try and get me up the totem pole so that I can talk to the important people. And then stab a Sith. It's Jedi storylines are boring because it's all about maintaining the peace.
Same thing for Jedi Knight, too?
Same thing for Jedi Knights, but you're not as diplomatic. You're more trying to track down the Sith who's screwing around with people.
Yeah.
But still, you're playing the peacekeeper. I don't know much about the smuggler because it plays like the agent, and it's not my play style. But,
Smuggler was okay, but it wasn't as thrilling as I had hoped it was.
Yeah. I mean,
you would hope that it would be thrilling, too. You're a smuggler,
You're a smuggler. And the most important thing that happens is right off the bat, you took my ship.
Yeah, it's a really cliched story.
Here.
Oh.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it's quite boring.
Yeah.
It's sad that it's so boring. They really do need to spice up that side of the game.
It kind of comes down to that's why there's more Sith in PvP than Jedi.
It's not just that everyone wants to be evil, it's that everyone wants a better fucking story.
Everyone wants a better story, and, hi, I'm a Sith. Lightning!
Yes.
Lightning to your face.
Lightning to your face, force chokes. All the cool force powers are on the dark side. Everyone would be happy if it was like the pen and paper game where you could balance your dark side and your light side and kind of have that cool, I'm going to walk down the middle of the road and I'm going to force lightning and heal.
Yeah, in the expanded universe, Luke Skywalker can throw force lightning. And some of his students can do it too. But he's not evil. He's gotten that powerful in the expanded universe that he can actually, and he also tends to burn holes in his hands by doing it, but he just kind of heals himself.
Because that's the expanded universe. I mean, and there's stories of Jedi who've mastered their hate to the point where they can use the power a little bit. But, oh no, it's the dark side. If you use it too much, it will draw you in.
Yeah.
Jedi are stupid.
Yeah.
Jedi are a bunch of mamby-pambies.
Well, no. Think back to the Clone War and at the end of the third movie. I know I'm talking about the prequels, but think about the third movie.
Only such a Sith to deal in absolutes. Well,
No. But look at it this way. The whole reason Anakin goes to the dark side is because of his wife.
and his mother.
And his mother.
Pretty.
But he doesn't have anyone he can talk to about these things because they're just going to go, well, you shouldn't have done that. Go meditate on your mistakes.
To which his knee-jerk reaction would be to give them the mental finger and walk away.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is the Jedi Order is fundamentally flawed in their thinking. That's why they're kind of the namby-pamby. Oh, we're peaceniks. We must maintain harmony with ourselves and use only the light side of the Force. Yeah.
I'll use the light side of the Force to stab you in the back. Bye. Walk away.
Yeah, we're going from the bad parts of this game into Jedi bashing. It's Jedi bashing. Who cares?
It's the light side. For some reason, the writers for this game don't get how to write good for light side.
The light side is hard to write for. I've only
Yes,
seen the
but
light
it's by
side.
far not impossible to do, and they just ignore it. Is the problem?
It's why It's why Mark Hamill prefers to play villains rather than heroes. Because villains cause the problems. The heroes have to find out ways to solve the problems.
Yeah. I will say this. There's one. There is a Star Wars game where they did this very well. Dark Forces 2.
Okay.
That's the game where you're playing Kyle Katarn. It's a live action FMVs. It's a first-person shooter, and you become a Jedi.
Cool.
Yes. Actually, I was playing Dark Forces 1, but it's so hard to get around the really antiquated, wonky controls with 1.
Yeah, Dark Forces 2 has the same problem. But it comes down to a really, really well-written story if you're going to be a lightsider. Because your actions in the game, determine your force, like how strong your connection to the Force is, how many Force powers you can pick up. You can play a middle of the roader, choose a side, or you can be evil.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a really great storyline for if you turn evil. Or you can be a namby-pamby lightsider. And they do a really good light side story. It's the only time I've seen a good light side story.
What would Luke Skywalker be considered?
Luke Skywalker is a lightsider.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. He's also a fairly decent lightsider story, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
no matter what you do, no matter how you look at it, he's a lightsider. But he's mastered his rage enough that he can utilize the dark side without going over.
Yeah, the way I see it is that Luke is the supposed promised one that has been mentioned for Lord knows how long in the franchise. And also, he's probably the first Jedi to actually kind of master his emotions at the right peak, that he won't completely fall to the dark side, but he can still use his emotions like a dark sider could.
But also, look at this. He's subtly changing the Jedi Order.
Yeah, because he's now the most experienced Jedi of all, to be honest.
But in the Jedi Order during the Clone Wars, and even in the time of this game, you're not supposed to marry.
Yeah. And he changes it. He marries Mara Jade, and they have a kid. And Princess
a lot of
Leia.
the Jedi. Yeah, a lot of the Jedi are married, or a good chunk of them.
Was it Tyone and Cam Solusar? I'm mispronouncing their names.
I don't know the.
She's pretty much it's the woman. She's pretty much the librarian, but she also kind of starts out as kind of the bard for the Jedi Academy that Luke Skywalker pounds. So she yeah. It's interesting. And then Council of Stars from the Dark Empire 2 comic. And he's kind of Luke's right-hand man for a while. He helps run the Yavin 4 Jedi Academy. So.
Yeah, I mean, the extended universe, you know, they do a good job of expanding upon the things that are making the Jedi Order right. But at the same point, you have to look at that and go, you know, that's why you kind of have to write them a specific way. Because the Jedi Code is basically taking what the writers have to do and going, we got to make them this way. It's how the Jedi are. And then you wonder how they fell, and then you realize, oh, it's because they're idiots.
Because they blindly followed this really ludicrous code and didn't question it.
Yeah, and then it comes back and bites them by the betrayal of one person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the betrayal of two people, but that's because, well, the Emperor played his hand right.
Mm-hmm.
But it still all just comes down to, that's what happens when you have a good plan and the Jedi follow their path and only believe in the Force. They don't believe in a good, I don't know, infiltration sweeper, anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, clones seem to be a particular linchpin to the Emperor's plan, and it worked out, thankfully, to his own credit.
The man had a master plan. Nobody ever wanted to look at the code. Always, always, always look at the code.
Speaking of which, also, since we were hitting on extended universe a little bit, and speaking of the particular time period, this is also when Jango Fett was involved with things, and he had essentially a clone son of Boba Fett. Did you know that Boba Fett actually has lightsabers?
Yeah, because he killed Jedi.
And did you know that he dueled Darth Vader to a standstill?
I didn't know that.
No, but at the same point, it happened either in a book or comic book.
I have
an extended
read
universe stuff, but yeah, he dueled Vader to a standstill. It was awesome.
I have read that he has a daughter and he has a granddaughter, I believe.
That's Fett for you.
Yeah, I have to say that I'm a Star Wars geek far more than I am a Star Trek geek.
Yeah.
It's really...
I think for me, the major linchpin in that is that I have to be in the right mindset for the understanding of all the techno babble.
For Star Trek, you mean?
For Star Trek, and I'm not always in the mindset for that. Whereas Star Wars, they don't bother with the techno babble. It's a spaceship. It just works.
Well, remember, that's the fundamental difference.
It's a space opera. I like space opera.
Exactly.
Flash Gordon. Space opera. I love Flash Gordon.
It's science fantasy versus science fiction.
Excuse me, but just give me a rotating space station, and I'm happy. Because I'm sorry, I will pick the third option that nobody else wants to pick. Babylon 5.
I was gonna say you want a Babylon 5 MMO, don't you?
Oh, you give me a B5 MMO.
I know that
and you get Claudia Christensen to do the opening.
Yeah. I know that they're still thinking or working on, or maybe it's still just a myth, but they were working on a Firefly MMO.
Oh,
their spaceships rotate, Ed.
I know. That's why I like Firefly.
The bottom half of them. And they glow.
Yeah, but see, a Firefly MMO has more chance of happening than a Babylon 5 MMO.
Yeah, Babylon 5 really hasn't been around for a really long time, whereas the Browncoats are still alive and strong everywhere you look.
Oh, trust me. The Babylon 5 fans are just as vocal.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and I know there's plenty of
But
Babylon 5ers. Look at our usual grouping of people.
yeah,
All right. So, about the game, we were talking about stuff that we don't like, and one of the big things we don't like is the paywall, and the Republic missions are kind of boring. The storyline, at least,
Yeah, the
some of
particular
them,
storyline on that side is really damn bland. That's
with the
like toast to
exception,
white rice.
with the exception of like the soldier you said, Ed.
yes.
Okay.
From what Ed said.
So
Mhm.
Matt,
Mhm.
before before we started getting ready for the podcast, you said you tried the Starfighter PvP. I haven't tried. Something Aaron hasn't tried. What's your impression?
It sucks nuts. I
Really?
literally only got one round in there. So instantly, first of all, it starts off looking like it's going to be pretty decent. You use the mouse to look around, and that's mostly your steering mechanism. However, you can use like the normal A and D to turn, but it also turns your ship sideways and upside down. So there's no normal up in the game when you're doing this. So if you are already kind of don't want to do that, it's already kind of getting squeamish for you. Um, I'm okayish with it, but it wasn't doing me any favors. You can also use S and W to slow your vehicle or speed it up. Um, that works all right. The targeting. Fuck the targeting. I have things dead center, should be hitting it, nothing happens. By the way, they're hitting me right back, and I die instantly.
Well, the first thing I can say is, don't the fighters have shields?
Yeah, and the shields go down within seconds. We were dying horribly out there. And I think I would assume there's different modes for this, hopefully. But the one we were particularly doing was essentially there's 3 waypoints in the middle, try to take over the waypoints and keep them activated on your side as long as possible, kind of deal. And we couldn't even keep one of them for more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
It was really god awful, and I believe we had somewhere between 8 and 10 people per side.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that I managed to take down one fighter the entire round, I was killed at least 6 times. At least.
All right. Here, I'm looking at. I'm currently looking at the whole way that this sets up, and right now I can tell you, yeah, it seems strange.
Yeah, it's I think they need to take this back and polish it for another year.
Hmm.
This seems rushed out, and it's really, really goddamn haphazard. I'm not sure if I think there's like different parts you can put onto your ships, but I'm not entirely sure if they would actually help at all.
Okay,
Because
there.
I guarantee you there are people that already have way too much stuff that I'll never be able to equal them anymore. It's to the point that's not really worth it for me to try playing it.
Yep, there are other pieces you get, and guess what? They're unlocked if you actually successfully doing these, because you need to earn ship requisition and fleet requisition. And then, of course, it looks like everything upgrades.
Where are you looking at this?
Down by the mini map, there is.
Or just push the H button.
Okay, H button. I didn't know that one.
That's
Oh,
what
I
it's been
see.
telling me for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using that little fighter ship there.
Yeah, the FT6 Racer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tried to see if I could switch to the other ship, but I couldn't seem to select it, so it never happened.
You might not be able to use the Black Bolt because you're not a subscriber.
No,
Yeah.
No, I have it. It's active. It's there. It's just that for whatever reason, while in game, I couldn't switch to it before being shot out again.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because this being this, they have ships you can buy from the cash shop. You need fleet requisition to get some ships.
Oh, great. It's already buy to win, too. That's wonderful.
Yep. Their premium ships are considered mastered right away, and 10% bonus to rep gain.
I cannot give this game a big enough finger for pointing out bullshit like that.
That is turning into a small problem with this game. It really is turning into pay to win. Because I'll be honest, I dropped $10 on this game today. I bought three store boxes. I got a couple boxes of adaptive armor. I got some reputation items for their premium reputations. I got a affection item for my Twi'lek over there and the noble armor for like 500 points. And then I got that lightsaber crystal that gave me 41 endurance. And they have crap like this for starships, where you can open up boxes and get stuff for starships. Be it shipwreck, I don't know. I'm not going to buy these boxes because this doesn't interest me in the least.
And here's the kicker. As far as I'm aware, this particular ship battling thing does nothing for your actual character itself.
Nope. It's just another way of player versus player combat.
And it's tedious and boring and pointless. Whereas the other ship combat that was already put into the game a while ago actually does give you experience points for going through with it.
It gives you experience points. You can get commendations for your character and your ship. It's actually kind of fun.
And I believe also, I'm not entirely sure, but I think you also can get crafting items and stuff through it too, I believe. I can't remember for sure, but the major point is it actually gives your main character experience. Therefore, it is more useful.
Some of this stuff looks like stuff that you might encounter in Star Trek Online. Like you've got your engineering person, your tactical person, and science. They're missing science officer.
Well, science isn't a big thing in this universe.
Yeah. Science, what's that?
Science exists. It's just not a station.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if I wanted to play this, the better version would be STO.
Yeah.
Star Trek Online.
Yes. Yeah. Star Trek Online is a much better version of this exact same idea. Much better. It's also less
how much money I've
batshit
spent on
crazy.
STO, I agree with you.
It's also less batshit crazy, and the combat is actually enjoyable, as compared to I'm trying to kill something. Oh god, it's in the middle of my targeting reticle. Why isn't it dying? Pff, dead.
Yeah. Well, another problem with that is the person you were trying to shoot might have a better ping rate than you do.
No, it's not even that. My ping is pretty damn good on this internet and on this computer. I guarantee you the problem is that they probably had a bought out ship.
That too. Because I looked at some of the powers on like the shields. And the quick, I think it was the quick shield. There's like one of these shields where components, shields. Yeah, the quick charge shield, if you upgrade it, shields regenerate 60% of normal while taking damage. Reduce cooldown of your ability by 10 seconds. Shield power pool regeneration increased by 15%. If someone has upgraded their shields maximum on this quick charge shield, first of all, it activates 30-second cooldown, 30% of your shields on all sides heal. and then you're healing 60% of your shields while you're taking damage? Anyone who has a decently upgraded ship is going to murderize anyone who doesn't, any newbie that jumps into this.
Yeah,
And you know they're
there's
not
no way
gonna.
you're gonna win. There's no way you're gonna win. And
The
it's
only
just
way
going
you're
to
gonna
piss
win.
off new people, and they're not going to even want to bother.
The only way you're gonna win is if you get on a team with other people who have been playing this a long time. It's like going on a League of Legends team, and you've got your team is all like level 5s and levels 1 through 10, and the opposing team is all level 30s. I know that doesn't happen very often, or if ever. I think they have a better matchmaking system than that.
Usually, yes.
Usually. But still, from the sounds of it, the game needs a better matchmaking system for it.
They should start.
Yeah, because they should base it off your battle record.
Which means newbies should be fighting only newbies. I shouldn't be popping into a game and all of a sudden seeing the other team having like 5 ships per person.
Yeah.
Which I did see.
Yeah. They should be basing it off of your total number of battles. Because you figure X number of battles means you can X number of battles and X number of wins. Like, I've done 50 battles and I've won 20 times. Obviously, I can go into the next tier because I've won enough that I should be able to upgrade to compete in the next tier. It makes sense. They probably don't do it because fuck you, give me money.
Fuck you, give me money, and also that means we actually have to work and set up this program. I don't want to set up extra programs.
I mean, a lot of the nickel and diming in this game really comes down to fuck you, give me money.
Yeah, and it's enough to drive away new people. Like, if someone joined in just to do this and they saw this, or not to just to do the Starfighter thing, but if they jumped in, tried the Starfighter thing, what makes them going to stay around to do the rest of the storylines or try out any of the other classes?
If they're just playing for Starfighters, they're going to make one character, get to the point they can do Starfighter combat, and just play Starfighters.
Actually, you can start Starfighter anytime.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm going to make a level 1 character sit in the tutorial area and never leave. I'm going to play a Starfighter all the time.
And after about 5 minutes, they're just going to go, fuck this, I'm going to go back to Star Trek Online.
Well,
if they have any sense in their head.
Or EVE Online.
Or EVE.
I'd rather play this than EVE. I have played EVE.
Yeah, I believe Aaron has tried to play EVE. I've heard of.
I've not played EVE. I've played Dust 514, or 513 or whatever.
Yeah,
I played about an hour worth of that, and that was all I had to stomach.
I'd like to point out, EVE, the best month of my life spent simulated mining rocks.
Oh yes, as you said, I think last time. I don't know if I cut that out, but
yeah. Hey, look, it's back. Because unless you have friends, you're really not going to be doing much in EVE, except mining rocks to earn money, to buy a bigger ship to mine rocks, to buy a bigger ship to mine rocks, to buy a bigger ship to mine rocks, to buy a very smaller ship to go fight somebody.
Not to mention gradually work your way through the gigantic, endless flowchart of abilities that will make almost absolutely no sense to you.
Yeah, the people I know who play EVE have to use an app. Yeah, they have to use an app to plan their skills and go, okay, I want to be a combat person. What skills do I need to learn so I can learn the skills that I need to learn to pilot this ship? My friend told me he was going to have to spend 3 months, real time, learning the skills he needed to pilot the next ship up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. To pilot those big, to pilot the big capital ships at the end of the game, that is over a year of you having the correct books at the time you need it. If you
Jeez.
don't, it could be a year and a half before you can even pilot one of those things. And that's not talking about having the skills to use the guns, having the skills to use the shields, having the skills to do everything else.
Having the skills to even build a damn thing.
That's something completely different. I'm talking if you just bought it from somebody. Because if you want the skills to build the ship, take another year on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eve is not a Eve isn't a game. It's a lifestyle.
It's a very boring lifestyle.
Well, unless you actually, are in a working organization that does the PvP.
Yeah, I
In which
think
case
if
you
you
might be able to tag
You're not
along
mining
with a
rocks
little
for
help,
5
but
months.
yeah.
if you're into robbing people who mine the rocks
Yeah.
and blowing them up, or well, maybe not blowing them up because you want them to keep mining rocks so you can come back and rob them again.
Actually, no, you have to blow them up to steal the rocks.
Oh, okay.
My rock's not by. Asshole.
Trust me, that actually is a valid battle strategy.
Yes, so is infiltrating organizations and stealing funds from them.
Yeah. That's a game I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I've accepted it and moved on to play better science fiction games, like Anarchy Online.
Mm-hmm.
A Sortor.
Yeah, this game's okay.
I kind of like the aesthetic of this game. I kind of like the rounded... I think they actually do better at hiding some of their glowy story or their glowy elements for like missions. They do a better job of it than the Secret World. Because when the Secret World first came out, it was supposed to be rather difficult to find the clues around you. You had to actually observe like the environment. There wasn't, I heard you can turn off the yellow outline around some of these objects nowadays.
The
But
login service is currently unavailable. Please visit our forums for the latest updates on the status of this service.
Oh my god, their login server crashed.
oh, does that mean everybody's gone?
No, we're still here.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The game, what might have happened is that, like the login server crashed.
Are we in
It-
Sword
it
Art
happens.
Online? Are
Okay,
on
there we go.
Are we in Sword Art Online where we can't log out of the game? We have to kill each other and reach the 100th level in order to survive?
Fuck that series. I liked it better when it was called Dot Hack Sign.
I already made that joke. Thank you very much, Ed.
Yes, but Matt,
I heard about Sword Art and I'm like, I liked it better when I heard it was called Dot Hack.
yes, but Matt, are you as big of a dot hacker as I am?
I have not cosplayed, so you get kudo points on that.
Yeah.
Also, I think I'm about 2 or 3 PS2 games behind.
Yeah, probably are.
I never did finish the first one. I liked it, but I just never got around to staying on it steady long enough.
Yeah, it's...
As soon as I tried to, all of a sudden something else, like, say, another Legacy of Kain game popped up, and I'm like, oh, crack, give me crack.
However, everyone has their own, has their game system, their game series.
And I'm back.
All right. So, final thoughts?
You need to play with Barry.
If you think I'm a bad gamer, you should see Barry.
Like, Barry,
I've
what are the
heard-
questions, Matt? Barry, don't touch that. Where are you, Barry? And Barry, wake up! We're fighting a boss.
Barry, what are you doing? Barry, get back here. Barry, stop that. Barry.
Stop stealing our crafting nodes. You don't need them. You're already at level 80 for your crafting.
Barry, why are you wandering off? The fight is right over here.
Don't walk off that cliff, Barry.
Too late.
Barry, why are you killing yourself? Barry,
I
why'd
wanted
you
a
wander
death
off the
port.
load?
I wanted a death part back to home. I need to sell stuff. Like, we're in the middle of a mission, Barry. Don't abandon us.
He forgets you can actually have your companion sell all your gray loot.
Oh,
I think-
really?
Yes, you can.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Where?
I think Barry just likes the death port.
I think you have to right click where their portrait is,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and
I
then
see
it's like sell trash loot.
Mm-hmm. Sell junk.
Yeah. And there's legacy unlocks that will shorten that down to like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Sorry.
I'm
I'm still trying to figure out where to. I'm right clicking. Okay, there we go. No,
Is your guy out on a mission right now?
no,
He's
he's
right
literally
here.
standing right there. Right
Hi,
click,
Kim.
dismiss companion target marker. There's only that and crew window. Right
Do
clicking
you have any gray loot in your inventory?
Actually, that's a good question. Probably not.
Then you probably only
That's
got
probably why. Well, Kim, thank you for really showing up. You can go on this mission now. See you later.
All right. So our final thoughts about this, guys. Did you want to go or?
I'll let you guys go first because I tend to ramble.
I
Okay.
always go first, so okay.
Well, I don't know the order of things.
Well,
second
Neither do
time.
I.
well, the thing is, I always go first, even for the Doctor Who podcast.
I don't know
okay.
the order either, Ed, and I created the show.
Well, the story, at least on Dark Side, is really good, and apparently I need to try out Soldier, so that might be my one light sider. If you can try and find some way around the paywall, kudos to you. You'll like the game a lot better. Otherwise, if you can handle the money to sub, that might be the next best way to go at it. Character creation is pretty decent. Each class has its own particular thing, and you can also actually play the same class twice and get slightly different versions. Visual style's pretty good. The music is pretty decent. The combat, for the most part, feels pretty solid, especially when you have ranged fighting going on. It feels really good. Are we going to be doing a rating system?
Did you guys want to introduce one?
As
We
much
don't
as
usually.
I know a lot of people really like rating systems, but at the same time, I'm also a firm believer in that rating systems don't always necessarily work, and they're just rubbish numbers half the time.
Everyone and everyone who does a rating system, has their own way of doing said rating system.
Yeah, that's
so.
Yeah, so you can never really get a
Mhm.
true consensus on it. So
Yeah,
I'd
I
rate
think
this
there's.
as
Yeah.
if I was to give it an actual name rating would probably be better than a number rating. So I would rate this definitely above average. There's maybe half the game you want to avoid, and especially the new combat, the space combat. Oh my god, don't even bother right now. Wait about another year or two, and maybe then it'll be hammered out enough that it won't suck. But even then, it'll still probably be pay to win.
Okay. All right. I guess I will go next. You're finished, right, Matt?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. So I really do like this game too. Like I said before, I'm more of a Star Wars fan than I am Star Trek or Babylon 5 or Firefly or any other, science fiction or science fantasy series. I like the storyline for Inquisitor that I've played so far. Agent is okay too, although Cleo. Now I've gotten a way of getting Cleo under control at least now. I do like one of my favorite things to do as a team, other than just quest grinding. I like to do the flashpoints, or even though I've only done one. I like doing the heroic missions. Is kind of fun. I love the sub missions that you get by going through. I know it kind of just tacks on more grinding for some people, but it does pay off with extra experience points, and every now and then you'll get like special loot. Nothing too big I've seen, just like maybe a blue or so for like killing the final, like kill 26 slaves or whatever while you're in this area. So you kill the 26th slave and you might get a green belt or something like that that you can either sell or break down. Some people have ragged on the art, saying that it's kind of ugly. I kind of like it. It's kind of rounded, shiny, plastic looking. I don't know. It looks kind of futuristic. I guess I could imagine metal looking like this, but being like, it's supposed to be kind of refined, dynamic, I guess.
What you say is it feels like Star Wars.
It does feel like Star Wars.
You look at the movies and you look here, it's got that same feel.
Mm-hmm. I do wish that they had a little bit better character designs, especially for female humans. Like different types of long hair, not just the one type of long hair that you have to buy out of the cash shop. Although the hairstyle that I'm wearing now is my favorite one, I should say. Almost all of my female characters have this hairstyle, but with different colors. I do like the fact that you get a companion. I like the fact that they can help you on your missions and everything. Obviously they're for combat, and they're not just for combat, but they're for social. They're for crafting. There's a lot of little hidden mechanics that are in this game. Like, everything seems to matter. Like, your social points matter. Your conversation points matter. Your connection with your social interaction with your companion, that matters too. Everything is kind of important in this game. Downside is that they do have some stuff in here that most other MMOs have implemented for a long time. Like, I guess I would like to see combat where you don't necessarily have to be in a team. You can just walk up and help someone, and you instantly get credit, like at least XP for helping that person. I'm talking about it like, what I mean is like something along the lines of Guild Wars 2 would be kind of nice, where you can just, you don't have to worry about people node stealing and whatnot, but I guess that also kind of takes away from some of the competition and conflict mechanics that are at work in here too. What else? Overall, I feel, especially with this Sith character they have, this racy character, I feel like she's kind of really shaping up to how I would see her operate in this universe. And she's kind of, I guess this character is actually kind of like, she's me, but she's also kind of my own little character that I made, kind of an author insert character, or author avatar is what I should say, for like fan fiction. I've never actually written any of this stuff down, but like,
You've got ideas for how she works in universe.
Yeah, in universe, and like she occupies actually several different universes. She can travel to different ones, like X-Men and whatnot. So I made her in this universe too. So I really like the game overall. How about you, Ed? Oh yeah, and the rating, I would say I would also give it above average, just because you can have so much fun, especially if you're on Skype and and you're talking to people and you're in the conversation, play cutscenes and everything like that, and someone screws up or someone screws you into getting light side points accidentally on your evil Sith character.
Yeah, that means you got to work harder on that dark side.
Yep.
All right. Well, the game's a mixed bag for me. The distance combat flows right, but at times the lightsaber combat doesn't seem like it flows properly.
Yeah, my problem with particularly the melee is that it takes too long for a deadly weapon like that to actually feel like it's doing something.
Yeah, I mean, sure, they did it because it's you got to give it the feel of, hey, it's still an MMO. You may have a lightsaber, but this is the past, where armor that protects you from armor and shields or protects you from lightsabers are more common. I accept that. That being said, like, if you're a fan of the Star Wars universe, this game oozes that feel. Like, I'm a warrior, I'm a bounty hunter, and I am fighting people on Alderaan, or I'm fighting people on Tatooine. Like, Tatooine looks amazing. Alderaan. It's fun being on Alderaan because it's Alderaan. I mean, if you love Star Wars, this is the game for you. Like, I know people say Star Wars Galaxies did it better. I never played Galaxies, so I can't say that.
What I can say for it, though, Ed, is this. Dancing Wookiees.
Yeah, Wookiees aren't a playable race here yet. In fact,
Yeah,
they might not even exist.
Too.
But
we need Wookiees.
Yeah, maybe later.
And on both sides.
Maybe later. They would make a great bounty hunter. But
yes.
Getting back at it, I mean, it has ups and downs, like the cash shop problems that any free player is going to run into. On the plus side, though, I mean, not even registering for a month, I think $10, $20 would actually get you a lot of the unlocks that you need so that you're playing it like a normal subscription character. If you don't care about fiddly little things like, unlimited access to flashpoints, because I think free players have limited access to that. Or they have limited bonus rewards afterwards.
Yeah, I believe the bonuses afterwards, after big things in particular, is ganked on us.
Yeah. And the same thing for the space missions. And if you really don't care about Starfighter stuff, like I would care more if it was flight stick compatible. If it was flight stick compatible, I think that right there would get me to try it at least. Because I loved the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter games. You give me a flight stick, it might make it playable to me. Not to everybody. It's definitely not everyone's bag. It's got its kinks because it's still the new. And it's literally just player versus player. You get no bonus to your character. Meh. If you like it, enjoy it. If you're like, I'm going to be a little different from you guys. I'm going to say, if you're a fan of Star Wars, play this game. I don't care what side you choose to be, but give this game a shot. You're going to find something here you're going to love. If you're not a Star Wars fan, I still say give it a shot. With the amount of things you can do in this game, being free to play, subscribing to the game, you also might find something you like. And if you get lucky and you find an active guild, you might make some friends that makes gaming worthwhile.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
Coolies. Yeah, it's definitely worth giving it a shot, so. Okay, everyone. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Alright, everyone. Have a good night.
Take care.
Yeah, my tears dry.